Hey everyone, it's KS Bros back with another episode of the New York Mets franchise. And to start this episode, I'm going to look at the home menu. And as you see, we have finally gotten above 500 with a record of 42 and 41. Looking at the schedule, you guys saw the 11-7 victory, and then we ended up taking the next 2 of 3 from the Giants. A big series win. And now our next matchup is against the Padres in the final game of the series, and we are looking for a sweep after 2 impressive victories, a 10-1 victory and an 8-0 victory. Absolute dominance. So we're definitely on a roll, and this game, if you look at the Padres record, is very important. They're 41 and 42. They are a team that if we can't catch the Braves, that we will be competing with for the wild card. So these are games that we have to win. So now looking at the NL East, we are 5 games back, but we are catching up. And if you look at the runs scored and runs allowed difference, we still have a really good difference, about 50 runs, compared to the Braves, who are actually -3, even though they are 11 games above 500. So that's a little concerning for them. Now I also want to touch on the All-Star game and look at where some of our players are. Starting with starting pitchers, DeGrom is having a good year, but not his Cy Young level year, and you can see that in the voting. He's not near the top. And then going to catcher, Ramos is having a good year, but he's stuck behind Real Muto and Will Smith from the Dodgers, who are having great seasons. Ramos does have the best average, but his production from home runs and RBIs are not near the top. Now, Pete Alonso, you would expect him to be up there. He is up there, but he is behind Muncy and Goldschmidt, about 120K votes behind Muncy. But if you look at this first base class, I mean, it's loaded with players. Votto's having a great year. Freeman's having a good year. You got Rizzo, Murphy, Josh Bell, Hoskins from Philadelphia. You even have Hosmer in San Diego. A lot of good first basemen. At second base, Cano's having a great year, but he is behind VR for the Marlins, who is playing out of his mind with the power and the stolen bases. At third base, we had McNeil, who's in second place, but he's about 180K votes behind Arenado. And then looking at the outfield, our only player who's really expected to maybe make the All-Star team would be Conforto. Conforto has one of the best batting averages in the National League. His production is up. He should be an All-Star this season. But again, it's another loaded right field class with Stars, Bellinger, Harper, Betts, Yelich. I mean, those are MVP names. Now jumping right into the action. We are here today at Petco Park in San Diego. It's actually a rainy day, which is very uncommon in San Diego. But no matter, we are here to take care of business as we hope to bring the brooms out. And we will be going up against Garrett Richards, the ex-Angel. I think he is actually originally from California. Padres are rocking their home unis. First batter of the game, Brandon Nimmo. He's in a 1-1 count. The pitch from Richards as the plane goes by in the background. He drives one up the middle, a single to lead off the game. That's all you can ask for out of your leadoff man. Now after McNeil got on base, that brings up Pete Alonso, who is ready to do some damage. The 1-2 pitch from Richards, and he swings over the slider. Richards gets a huge out. Now 2 batters later, Conforto up to bat with 2 outs here, and he grounds out softly to the shortstop, Tatis. An unfortunate outcome for the Mets after getting the first 2 guys on with no outs, as the Mets cannot take advantage. But here we are with Steven Matz, the lefty. He's had a great season. He's 500 in terms of his record, but his ERA is at 3. This is one of his best seasons he's had in the majors. Now Juan Lagares, the ex-Met up. First pitch, he swings and he drives one to left field, and it clears the left field wall, as Lagares ambushes Matz on the first pitch sinker. And for Mets fans, it is you feel happy to see Lagares playing well, but at the same time you ask yourself, where has this been the past couple of seasons? Now later in the first, a guy on third from Manny Machado up, and Machado grounds out to Rosario to end the inning. And if you saw there, Machado was only batting .220, so definitely a rough sophomore year with the Padres. But now, top of the second, Rosario up to bat with Ramos on first. Rosario makes good contact, and he drops it in front of Lagares as the Mets are cooking with 2 guys on. And that brings up Matz in the pitcher spot. Hopefully he can bunt his fellow runners over. He bunts to Richards, but it's right to him as Richards is able to turn to a great play by Richards. Now in the second, Richards himself is up to bat with the guy in scoring position, 2 outs. And Richards makes good contact and it gets past Rosario. This throw from Smith, and he comes up safe as Richards records an RBI, extending the lead to 2-0. A tough pill to swallow for Matz. But now here in the third, Alonso with McNeil in scoring position. He makes good contact, and McNeil holds up at third with only 1 out. And that brings up Cano. Richards has him in a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And Cano drives one to left field, but shallow left and is not deep enough to get McNeil home. And that brings up Conforto here in an 0-2 count. The pitch, and he grounds out to second as again the Mets cannot cash in, stranding 2 more runners on base. Richards is doing an excellent job of pitching out of damage. Now here in the third, still a 2-0 lead. Tatis up to bat looking for his first hit. He grounds one to Cano, who throws him out. A nice 1-2-3 inning for Matz. But now jumping to the fourth, Mejia, the young catcher, up to the plate. And he drives one to right field, a single, giving the Padres 2 guys on. And that brings Richards up to bat again. Hopefully Matz can learn from the last at bat and find a way to get him out. But Richards again, he gets good contact and he singles up the middle as he collects another RBI. A stunning development here in San Diego as Richards has both dominated the Mets on the mound and has gotten 2 RBIs in the game. Now here in the fifth with 2 outs, McNeil up to bat. McNeil makes good contact and he drives one just out of the reach of the first baseman as he arrives at second with a 2-out double. And that brings up Pete Alonso. The pitch from Richards, and he drives one to the left field gap. No one's getting to that, and McNeil comes home to score some 2-out magic for the Mets. Now Cano up to bat. He's in a great hitter's count. The pitch. And Cano drives one to the right field gap. It gets down, and Alonso scores easily, making this 3-2. And that warrants a visit from the pitching coach. Now next batter up, Conforto. He's first pitch swinging. He gets one to drive, and that gets over the right fielder's head. A double for Conforto. But unfortunately, Cano has to hold up at third. And that brings up Ramos. With 2 guys in scoring position, he needs to come through here in the clutch. The 0-1 pitch. And Ramos pops out to the first baseman as the Padres hold on to the lead. Well, definitely a good sign for the Mets there as they finally got some offense. But here in the bottom of the inning, Mats is in danger. Tatis drives one to right field. Nimmo is not getting that. It gets down for a ground rule double, as that scores the Padres another run, making it 4-2. And then now that brings up Manny Machado. He makes contact, and that gets up the middle, past Rosario's glove, and Tatis comes home to score. And those 2 runs the Mets just got are off the board, as the Padres re-extend their lead to 3. And that brings up Brian Dozier, who drives another one to the gap, and Machado comes home all the way to score. A close play at the plate, but he gets in safe, making it 6-2. Next batter, he hits a weak one, and Mats is able to throw him out. A great play by Mats. And that will be it for Mats. An unfortunate ending here, putting the Mets in a 4-run hole. And Brad Brock is coming on in relief, hoping to end the inning. Mejia up to the dish. Brock gets a slider over for the first strike. And he gets Mejia to ground out to Rosario to end the inning. Now here in the 6th, the Mets are threatening. They have a guy on second with 2 outs. Nimmo up to bat. Richards still in the game. Nimmo drives one to right field. It's deep, but it is still in play for the right fielder, as he's able to make the catch, as the Mets are still down by 4 runs. Now here in the bottom of the 6th, Lugo on relief. After getting the first 2 out, he's facing Brian Dozier, and he strikes him out with a down and away slider. Now here in the 7th, Alonso up to bat, already has 2 hits in the day. The pitch, and he drives one to left field near the apartment buildings. A no doubt shot. Alonso completely crushes that inside fastball, making this a 3-run ball game. That is Alonso's 25th long ball on the season. Now Conforto up. He hits one sharply, but right into the shift, as Tatis makes the play on the opposite side of second base. Lugo is still in relief. Here in the 8th, he's facing Lagares. Lagares' sole hit on the day was that home run, but it definitely jump-started the Padres, and Lugo gets him swinging. Now Mets, top of the 9th, their last chance for a rally. Nunez on as a pinch hitter, full count. The pitch from closer Yates. Nunez drives one to deep center field, but Lagares roams back and makes the catch. Again, as many Mets fans know, Lagares is a Gold Glove caliber outfielder, and he easily makes that play. Now Nimmo, he lays off the fastball, drawing the walk, a much-needed base runner. Now if only McNeil can get on base and allow Alonso a chance to tie this game up. The pitch from Kirby Yates. McNeil hits it right to the first baseman for a game-ending double play. The Mets cannot get the sweep, as the Padres win the finale here, evening up both teams' records to 500. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, have a good one.